Go.
Values education was all about integrating values into our students. And for me, I use the reflective teaching approach as my approach in teaching values education because as it was part of the smarter objective, I choose this teaching approach because it will help me to examine and analyze the activity of my students, and aside from that I can give feedback to them, and it will help my students to construct their own learning by reflecting their past experiences into the discussion or the lesson that I have taught to them. Some of examples of activity in this approach are journaling, descriptive writing, essay writing, and writing a reflection. And I should always remember that in using this approach is that I should be clear to my thoughts and focus on the development of my students and my development as well as giving feedback to them. I would like to apply the moral reasoning in my teaching approach. So let's discuss first what is reasoning. Reasoning is the ability to assess things rationally by applying logic based on new existing information when making decision and solving a problem. So applying moral reasoning is a cognitive approach or cognitive process wherein each individual may determine the morality and ethicality of a particular action or situation. So applying the moral reasoning, you can able students to boost their cognitive skills, empathy, and ethical decision making. So on how in cognitive skills, you can be able maybe in grade 1 to 3, you may use the storytelling or in literature. So you may share the story and let your students to finish the story, allow them to construct as they decide what the story must end. So by using their intellect, they can construct their ideas on how they're going to end the story as they like. And the empathy, you're going to share a specific scenario, like for example, the bullied boy on the school ground. So you may introduce to your students the situation and then allow them or task them to make a reflection about the situation, so that they can able to evaluate themselves if they feel that they want to help that specific boy or specific students. And also last is the decision making ability. So example, if you're going to render a specific problem toward your students, and the problem is the one child is have difficulty in term examination. So you're going to task your students to list down the possible solutions or possible steps that that specific student must do for her or for him to gain good grades or good scores during their term examination. So moral reasoning has something to do with Lawrence Kohlberg's theories as moral development, as this theory is focusing on moral reasoning stages. So it has 6 stages, but it grouped into 3. First is the pre-conventional. It's between the age 3 to 7. It focuses on the obedience and punishment. On this stage, moral reasoning is based on reward and punishment. Like for example, a child chooses to obey the rules because he or she afraid to be punished. And second, we have the conventional at the ages between 8 to 13 years old. So this focuses on attitude and law and order. So example, Emma finds a pencil on the floor
and he knows who's the owner of it. So she thinks that she should return the pencil because it doesn't belong to her. Next, we have the post-conventional in the adulthood period. So the moral reasoning in it is based on personal ethics, the social contract and principles. So Emma find the pencil on the floor. He knows who's the owner of it, but she's not going to return the pencil because it's on his principle that when once she's the one who find it, must be on her already. So in short, when we're going to apply moral reasoning on our teaching, we must present real life scenarios towards our students to requires them to consider multiple perspective, weigh competing values, and for them to construct or for them allow them to have the concept for that practical problem.